Everybody loves Saturday night. Everybody loves Saturday night but me.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another segment of Hollywood Memories. I'm Dan Roberts, the publisher of The Vegas Voice, and I'm here today with, as I always say, the other woman in my life, and that is Miss Beverly Washburn. Beverly, thank you for allowing me to sit in here.
Thank you, Dan, and thanks to all of you for watching.
We're going to do something a little bit different this time, and the segment we're going to call You Got Mail, because as you can see from the table, this is just a very, very small portion of all the letters and cards you've received over the years.
I know, I don't understand it, but I'm grateful for it. But I just get letters from, as you said, like Hong Kong, and where was that one? Was it Slovenia or Slovakia?
You got hit with fan mail from literally all over the world. And I want to, if you can think back in your career from the time you did Old Yeller and the other TV shows, do you recall the first time you ever received fan mail or somebody wanted
Actually,
just to contact you?
I was 11 when I got my first fan letter. It was when I was doing a series at CBS called Professional Father.
Yeah.
And that was my first introduction to fan mail. And but now it still goes on. And it's amazing to me because everything's so computerized and all that to get an actual handwritten letter is a surprise. And I'm truly grateful for the people that write in. I don't understand it. But.
And again, without exaggerating, you literally, let's just start in the United States, you have received mail from people from across the country, like pretty much all 50 states.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. And now it's like spreading out to countries. I mean, like we've gotten letters from Italy and England and Holland.
And the last
Germany.
one you got was from Germany itself. Mm-hmm. And what I find very amazing is that they write to us at the Vegas Voice. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't come to your home, obviously, but you can just see a small portion here. And when you get the mail, are you excited about it? You look forward, or do you say, geez, another lousy fan or something like that?
You're so funny, man. No, actually, I'm always truly grateful. I don't understand why they write to me, but it's very touching. And sometimes it brings me to tears with the sweet things that they say. And it's usually, it's either Spider Baby, Star Trek, or Old Yeller are the top three that I do get some. There was one the other day, they wanted a photo from Superman and the Mole Man. Right. And once in a while, Wagon Train, or what was the other one I got?
Well, I know you had one from Pit Stop, the movie Pit Stop. Yeah, isn't that something, though?
I know.
When you get the mail and you open it up, I see it's always the same thing. You were my favorite actress. I loved you in this. I loved you in that. Well. It's sort of like a form letter in a way, but you can see it's all personalized.
I know. It's just really sweet. And the fact that they would take the time to sit down and write to me, I mean, I don't understand why they do.
Well, no, I can understand that because I see one of these letters of mine saying how great you were and how wonderful you were.
You wrote to me, right?
Yeah, and everything else.
Oh, my gosh.
Most of the time, they want an autograph. Mm-hmm. And they usually enclose photos of you.
Yeah, I guess they get them off the internet. They'll, send ones that they have printed themselves. Sometimes they'll, ask me just to send a photo that I have, and I do.
That's kind of nerve-wracking. Say, hey, please, I'd like you to send me a photo. Well,
yeah, I get a lot of those.
Yeah, you mentioned that you do a lot of autograph shows around the country, and yet people are so thrilled to meet you. And, and they say, oh, you remember this, you remember that. How do you tell them, listen, I don't remember doing that part, or I don't remember doing this or that, or how do you go about doing that?
Well, I mean, I remember most of the things that I did. I did have one person tell me that he had just seen an episode of The Texan. He said, because I know you did 2 episodes. And I said, no, I only did 1 episode. And he said, no, you did 2. And I said, I think you'll be mixed up with somebody. No, you did 2. And I said, I really only did 1. He goes, I have him on. He said, let me send him to you. And I had done 2, and I had totally forgotten about one of it, which is bizarre because I pretty much remember most of the things I did. But I'm old, you know. So maybe
No,
that
not
explains
old, not
it.
old. You're just like a classic. You and I, we're like classics. Let me ask you this. You get something in the mail, you get all this fan mail, and usually it's in a package, really. It's here's a couple of pictures, and they ask you to autograph it. And the way that I've seen is that you autograph it, do you personalize it, or you just sign Beverly Washburn, or you have your friend write it?
No, I answer every letter. Sometimes it takes me a while to get to them.
Right.
Sometimes I'll meet up with you for lunch or whatever, and you'll have a package
Yep.
of like 8 letters or whatever. So it takes me a while but I do. I answer every one of them because the fact that they've taken the time to write to me, it's really touching. And but you know, all my friends, because for those of you who have watched some of our segments, I've had guests like Sharon Baird, Mimi Gibson, Jeannie Russell, Cynthia Pepper, and we all get fan mail. And it amazes us. You know.
And when they say, can you please just autograph this and make it out to my friend or myself, Charlie or Bob or Bill, that's not a problem.
No, a lot of times they'll say, don't personalize it.
Yeah, that's my question.
And
Go ahead.
so our manager, because we all have an agent and a manager, they always say, don't not personalize it, because then typically what we were told that they do is they try to sell it on the internet if it's not personalized. So they say you have to always personalize it. Or sometimes they'll ask you just to sign
just a regular
postcard.
index card along. Gee, just sign this and get it back. But again, you advise not to do that.
Well, yeah, I've always signed them, but our manager, Sharon's and Mimi's, said everybody, they say don't do that because, I don't know, I guess because the world has gotten a little crazy and they say they've got your signature and they could do something with it. I don't understand.
So whatever it is, if it's a photo of yourself, let's say from Old Yeller, you would say to John or Bill or something, whatever.
Yeah, mostly they'll say, would you personalize it? We do.
Well, what? And I know you've had a couple of weird letters because you've showed me. The one that said, can you please kiss this with lipstick and stuff like that. Talk a little bit about that because you can't make that stuff up, can you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's harmless, I guess.
You guess, yeah.
So, yeah, I've had a couple of those where they say, can we have your lip print? I don't know what they do with it or why they want it, but I've had a couple of those. And then there's been a few from prison.
Well, yeah, let's talk about those because when I first met you about 10 years ago and we started getting fan mail, I noticed that the envelopes were from the same location in Pennsylvania, and it was just different cell number
block,
12, 14. And you realize that you get fan mail from prisoners.
Yeah.
People locked up.
I know.
And wait, the one, I don't have it here, but the one that you showed me was, when I get out in 3 to 5 years, I would like to meet you. And
Oh my goodness.
and you had a question whether you think that would be appropriate or not.
Yeah, I know. Some of them. But so far, I mean, I have to say 99% of the letters are just sweet and dear, and I'm grateful for them. Every now and then you get a weird request like that.
But is it weird, or have you ever received any nasty email? Like I saw, like you have some nerve being an Old Yeller because the dog died, or you shot the dog, or Star Trek. Did you ever get anything that really upset you when you got fan mail?
Not yet. I mean, I'm sure
the
that
day's
could
not
happen.
over yet.
I know, right? No, not so far. They've all been very dear, and
I've seen them, and you can start with. And they all, you're my favorite actress. I really enjoyed being with you. And
that's always so kind of them to say. I'm sure they write to a lot of people, and they probably say to everyone that you're my favorite.
I don't know. I think maybe you just kind of stand out.
No, I don't think so.
Because, I mean, not many, I don't know how many professional actors, actresses would actually take the time to read every single letter and get back to them.
I mean, somebody who's a really famous person, I'm sure they get thousands in a week, and it's probably very difficult for them to sit down, and they probably either ignore it, or hopefully they don't ignore it, but maybe they have a secretary.
They staff it out.
Yeah, they'll have somebody do it for me, but I haven't gotten to that point.
Well, no,
So
I offered to sign your name, and you said, no, there's no need to do it. But it still must be a tremendous thrill after all this time for you to get this fan mail.
It's very flattering. It's very humbling. It's very touching. And I'm truly grateful for people that will sit down and actually take the time to write to me. And it's not, I mean, once in a while, it's just, hi, my name is so-and-so. Can you please send me your autograph? But a lot of them, as you can see, they go on and they're long letters that are really moving and touching, and it's very sweet.
And again, the ones that are from out of the country, their English isn't that great, but you understand what they want to do. And that's why I keep on saying that I am sitting with now an international star. And I'm very grateful for that. And Beverly, as always, I thank you so much.
No, thank you, Dan.
And this is Dan Roberts for Hollywood Memories with Beverly Washburn, and we will see you again soon.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.